Hello and welcome back to day 14 of my Solve of This, the Exit the Game Advent Calendar, the hunt for the Golden Book. And now, as each day, I'm going to start by having a look at the story, and I shall put aside the hints and solutions. But I've had a quick look at today's story, and it's a shorter one. So I think I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and I'm going to read it all out. Right. This time the door leads you into an ice cave. And what a sight! The ice sparkles and glitters in the weak light. Sounds like last year's calendar, which was all about an ice cave. After the oppressive chaos of the chemistry lab, this scene is overwhelmingly beautiful. Someone, apparently a gifted artist, has distributed numerous ice sculptures in the cave. Among them you see a tree, a fez, a pair of ice skates, and a Christmas ornament. You are hit by a wave of Christmas spirit. As you walk around the ice figures in amazement, you find a chamber hidden behind one of them, and in it a huge mountain of gifts. Great! Who are they all for? And who has put them here? The temptation is great to open one or two, but the Golden Book takes precedence. You can't find another exit, so you go thoughtfully back to the ice cave. Now, just a reminder, the story is The Hunt for the Golden Book. You are looking for Father Christmas's book of all the toys that are to be given to each boy or girl. And now it says open door 14, behind which you will find no riddle cards or strange items. And then at the bottom of the page, there is some text boxes to be completed clearly. That's what the pencil's for, I'm sure. And a light. Now, usually when there's a light or something in this sort of game, it's suggesting shining a light through a page, which rather makes you wonder what's on the back of it. And it is lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of gifts. And it's actually quite interesting because they are the gifts that were on the back of the riddle cards from last year's calendar. I'm sure that's just a little bit of fun, but the same graphics at any rate. And that's it, really. Between them, there are lots of these white squares, but that might just be the yellow of the calendars showing through. But it does look quite plain to me. So perhaps those white areas somehow come into play. Perhaps I shine through and read stuff on the white areas. There's no letters on the back of all those white areas, though. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's have a look in the room and see what's going on there. Right, and now here's the calendar. And we're looking for day 14, which we identified yesterday as being all the way over here. There's the 14. So each day, of course, you are trying to solve a puzzle to work out where the next day's door is. So anyway, let's open day 14 and see what's hidden behind it. Right, now this is, let's zoom back out. It is right over on the edge of my calendar. So let me tilt my camera here. Day 14. Here we go. Ooh, there's an ice cave indeed. And I guess, not unsurprisingly, there are no items in there. So that is the view at the back of the room. There is an ice sculpture of a unicorn and an ice sculpture of a sleigh. Either a frozen unicorn and a frozen sleigh, but anyway. And on the right, a Christmas tree with various baubles and rather large ice skates. They're really close to the camera. And then on the left, oh golly, is that a hippo? I think so. And behind it, what looks like what the Americans would call a tea kettle, I'd call a kettle, on top of a plate, but I'm sure that's not what it's actually intended to be. What actually is it? With a spout. Did it say in the text what it was? I'll have to check. But down the bottom, there is a ginormous blue bauble. Let's have a look at the top. Okay, nothing much there. And on the door, back of the door, there is just a texture of rock, I would say. So what's going on here? Is that blue bauble important? Let's have a look at the back of that sheet for the room. Here it is. Now, where are we going to get all these letters from? Okay, we must be looking through something, maybe shining this bit of paper on a light. Right, okay, so let's try what I thought of before, which is shining the light through this, and for that I'll use my camera. So, I don't know if you can see this, but where there are white squares on the other side, they don't particularly line up with anything, but look at this. At the bottom, oh, they line up very nicely with those squares, don't they? Can you see that? I'm sorry, I realise it's quite hard to make out, but this square here, these squares here, this and this, this, and this, are highlighted. So I'm going to guess that what we need to do is copy something into here and then select the letters by shining the light through. So the question is, what do we write in here? So we're looking for a 3-letter word and then a hyphenated word with 3 letters before the hyphen and 6 letters after the hyphen. Ice skates. I think we're writing in what is in the room, aren't we? Is it Fez ice skates? Are these all different lengths? Yeah, they are. It's 3. It's obviously 9 with the plus the hyphen. 4, 5, 7. Struggling to count there. 6 and 8. I think we've got to write down everything that's in the room and then shine through. I think that's correct. Well, there's only one way of finding out. And if I'm wrong, then it's actually going to be quite tricky to redo this. So maybe I will use a pencil. If only I could find one. I always have millions of pencils on my desk until I actually need one. Right, well, it appears the trolls have eaten all my pencils, and despite the fact the trolls don't exist, that is the most likely explanation, I think. Right, so ice... Does it say ice skates? Yeah, I was just checking it wasn't some slightly different word. Ice skates. Okay, let's put the items that are listed. A tree. Okay, so tree would go here. And it also mentions a fez. Where are we? Tree, fez, ice skates, Christmas ornament. Well, that could be bauble, which is obviously a 6-letter word. I'm a bit wary of putting that in yet. Ice figures. Gifts. Yeah, I think, okay, one of the things in the picture was a unicorn for sure, which is 7 letters. So let's write in unicorn. I am thinking at tea kettle, or kettle, doesn't go on this list. Heaven knows what that's meant to be. I guess we'll work it out. And probably we can get by without all the words. Famous last words. And there was a hippo in the room as well, wasn't there? Hippo, well I mean, obviously also hippopotamus. Could have been a rhino as well, but no, rhinos have horns. Definitely a hippo. Right, okay, now what were the other items in the room? A bauble, which could still fit here. And a Christmas tree. Oh, I could have put... Oh, I've put tree. Okay, let's have a look in the room again. And, of course, the sleigh. Yep, that's why they call me Gareth 5-second memory. I mean, hopefully no one calls me that, but in fact, probably I shouldn't start a trend. It's a very bad idea. Right, sleigh. And then I'm looking for an 8-object. An 8-letter object. It could be not be bauble, because that's 6 letters. It's not hippo. It could be... Whatever that really looks to me like a kettle. Oh, it's the fez. Okay, fine. It's not a kettle, it's a fez. That's quite funny. Oh, ice skates. Okay, so here, I've got the fez, I've got the ice skates, I've got the tree, I've got the hippo, I've got the sleigh, I've got the unicorn. So, I've got everything apart from the bauble, which doesn't fit. Oh, I'm so stupid. It specifically calls it an ornament. And yes, despite being massively out of focus there, it is an ornament. So let's write that into the remaining box. Right, ornament. It actually says that in the text, and I thought, well, it doesn't mean ornament literally. It must mean bauble or something. But no. Okay, there we go. Trolls, you can have the pencil. There we go. I feel happy about that. Let's have a look through and see what it says. ZERO, 0. NINE 9, and then, sorry, I'm not holding that very clearly, ONE 091. Very clever. Very clever. Very clever. If I say it again, it's still clever. Very clever. Right, 091. Let's zoom out. And let's find the decoder strip. Here we go. We are looking for 091. Very, very nice. Right. So we are going from our room here, which you can no longer see. Here, room 14, we are going down. So I'm following the arrows on the back of the decoder strip. Left, and then down right to here. And if we're correct, it should match the symbols on the back of the strip. So we have diamond, square, square, and we are correct. And we have found door 15, which I shall now write on the door. Oh, it's open. Why is it open? I haven't actually opened it. Oh, okay, it must have... my thumb must have gone through it. And I was picking up the calendar. Oh well. I can see there's no mysterious objects for tomorrow, or if there were, there aren't any more. Yeah. Right, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, do please join me in tomorrow's solve, when I shall hope that there are no missing objects and try and solve the puzzle for tomorrow. But until then, by here is a playlist of my solves of 3 advent calendars last year, including another Exit the Game calendar, and by here are solves of 3 calendars this year, including this one. And by here, you can subscribe to my channel. It makes it easier to find future videos, so please do. And that's it. Hopefully you'll join me again in this solve tomorrow or in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.